Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Now today guys, I'm going to be repotting my Ariocarpus retusus cactus plant, which is this one here. And yes, it is a cactus guys. I know a lot of people will look at that and think it's not a cactus, it's an agave or an aloe or Haworthia or just any other type of succulent, but it is actually a cactus. Because it has areoles, which are coming out here, little tiny, very, very small spines come out of. So it's commonly often get mistaken for just another type of succulent plant, but it is 100% cactus, guys. Very unusual. And I'm not actually going to be potting this up into a bigger pot as such. I'm just literally going to be changing the soil and I'm going to be potting it up into a clay pot. And the reason being is I repotted this, I think it was last year or the year before, and I'm not happy with the soil I potted it up in. I always make my own cactus mix, but the particular type of loam-based soil I used I wasn't happy with it, and a lot of the plants haven't been doing as good, so I've been changing a lot of the soils. So I just want to change the soil and I'm going to put it into a clay pot because these particular type of cacti, Ariocarpus, are quite rot prone if they stay too wet for long in soil. They develop a bit of a tuber, which I'm going to show you when I take this out of the pot. And if the wet stays too long on them, they're very prone to rot. I'm extremely careful with the watering with Ariocarpus, so it's never going to happen with this. But just bear that in mind if you have this cactus. They do personally do better in clay pots. At the time when I repotted this, it had to be repotted into a bigger pot, and I never had a clay pot, but now I have, so time to change it over, check over the root system. And sometimes if you have cacti that aren't particularly fast growing, it's good just to change the soil on them every 2 to 3 years if they don't need to be repotted. And it just helps to freshen them up and get a bit fresh nutrients in. And before I go any further, I want to give a very special thank you and thumbs up to my wonderful fiancée Hansi, who is behind the camera filming me. So I've got my hands free to show you what I'm doing. And if you're not familiar with Hansi, my wonderful fiancé's channel, do go over and check out his YouTube channel, Family of Cactusy and Other Beauties, links up above.
Thank you.
So here we go guys. Now I've made many videos on repotting cacti, so do check them out. I've got a playlist especially dedicated to that. And I've made a video on how to repot a cactus, so I don't need to go into all the explanation, but just going to show you repotting this one. I also like to make my own cactus and succulent soil, and I've made a video on how to make your own cactus and succulent soil in 3 easy steps, and I explain what I use in here. I use 3 equal parts of a loam-based soil mixed with grit and also horticultural sand. And that I explain in that video, so do check it out if you haven't seen it. It will save you a fortune on buying specially prepared commercial soil, cactus and succulent soils. So here we go then, so take the little label out. Now this is a very delicate plant, as I say, it does have a big tuberous root system. And you just want to gently squeeze, if it's not a pot like that, gently squeeze it out to get it out, turn it upside down, and there we go. As I say, this plant doesn't really need to go into a bigger pot. I just want to take this old soil off, so I'm going to make sure that I keep this soil here separate and gently tearing it away here. Great root system, loads of fresh spare space around the roots, so it's not compacted. If this was completely compacted, sometimes you repot plants and there's not even any soil left, just a mass of roots. I'd have to gently tease the roots out and then plant it up. But as this case, roots are great and lots of free space there. Just a case of just putting it into the new soil, and the less I disturb, the better here. So I just wanted to check this out. Now, as you can see there, that's the big tuberous root. That actually does go all the way around, almost like how a carrot would look or a turnip. And that's what stores the water there. As you can see, that's why it's very important you have a very well drained soil with these. If they're kept in like a clay-based soil or any heavy soil, kept wet for long, they will rot. So just bear that in mind. So as I say, just gently taking off any of the extra soil there and keeping that as it is. And then putting in the new soil here. And there we go. Just check how that's going to be here. Yep, that's fine. Just a tiny little bit more. That's brilliant. As I say, just really wanted to change this into more of a clay pot rather than anything else. It's not really potting on into a bigger pot. But and then putting this around the sides. Get that stone out. But these particular cacti do like a very gritty soil. Now, as I say, with cacti, if you've got epiphytic rainforest cacti like Christmas and Thanksgiving type of cacti or epiphyllums, and then they obviously much prefer more of a peat-based type of soil, and definitely not a sandy, gritty soil like the desert cacti would do. So just bear that in mind. But there you go here. And that's that done. Just gently sort of tap. And that's it. Little label. And there you go. Hey presto. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to know a little bit more about how to grow cacti and succulents, if you're new to the hobby, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. Have your mouse over the growing tips bar and the drop down bar. Lots of tips on how you can care for and grow your cacti and succulents. So I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of cactus power from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.